You know those times when you want to do something, but you don't know if you should, but you do it anyway, and then you're glad that you did it? Well, today is one of those days. And it all started out like this. We got an RC car from Temu called the Beast Max. It comes fully assembled for your convenience, and it looks awesome. Oh, and did I mention they've got some pretty crazy speed claims on this thing? Interested to see how it actually stacks up. Now, if you've seen an ad for Temu, there's a reason for that. They have products for pretty much anyone. They have a great selection of RC cars, RC car accessories, like this motor heat sink and fan assembly I got, along with a ton of stuff that you never thought you'd actually need, and then things that you definitely do need, like this happy little fella. You will be surprised at some of the stuff you see. They have amazing shipping times coming from overseas, and if you get your stuff late, they give you a $5 credit. Dang, I've seen this chassis before, and I'm super excited because if I'm right, this is gonna be an amazing car. Ooh, a wheelie bar. Jeez! Back in the bag you came in. That is one flat alien. Well, we've run one battery pack through it so far. We're gonna do another. Both are gonna be shown in this video. It's definitely awesome so far. Then, of course, after you see that, we're gonna talk about this thing. You know, go over pros and cons. Have a little chat. You're gonna see all that stuff in just a minute. I just have one more cluster of information to throw your way. Anyway, Temu offers free returns up to 90 days, 30-day price protection. And seriously, just check out the app. I have a link to download that in the description, along with a link to this truck. And if you use my link or the code that I provide, you will get a $100 coupon bundle. Now, this thing does have friction shocks on it. That definitely stinks, but that's a simple and pretty inexpensive upgrade. Thing is, it's got all the metal stuff where it counts. Front and rear hinge pins, knuckles and axles. Differential gears are metal as well, and a full chassis brace. All right, well, I can no longer contain my excitement, so we're gonna take this outside and talk more about the physical characteristics in a minute. Oh. Hey. Hey, this thing handles really, really well. Oh, where'd that curb come from?
You literally hit that all the time.
Don't you want to know what car can handle hitting a curb? Me too. Holy smokes. This thing moves and has air control. $35 on the dot. These are all landing on the wheels. Those shocks are definitely a weak point here. Nothing that can't be easily fixed. That was quite the nosedive. Yeah. Give this thing. Can you handle that?
Yeah. I'm gonna do it
That was a really good backflip.
Dad.
I don't think I've ever had something crash into the driveway like that.
Well, that was funny.
Holy smokes, dude. Oh, stopped it a little early. Dude, that was a perfect land again.
That's a really cool car, Dad.
I agree. Well, this thing is as awesome as it looks. And if you don't like the way that this thing looks, disregard that statement and just know that the car performs great. Considering that it does have friction shocks, it did take landings pretty well. Little Maxwell, he got some awesome landings too. Some sweet flips. Y'all already know he's a beast. Max. So also, if this isn't my fastest 14th or smaller scale car, it's second place. 35 miles an hour is awesome for this budget and this size car. $230 Team Associated Reflex 14MT. We only got to 30 miles an hour on a 2S battery. This car here that I showed that shares the same chassis only gets 30 miles an hour. Temu offers this car as well. All right, so one of the cons I'd say is it didn't exactly get that 50 miles an hour it says that it can on the listing. However, that was only with 2S. It probably would hit 50 on a 3S battery. The ESC is a 35 amp, but it does specify 2S only. I have a feeling we are gonna push those limits here soon. Okay, fine, you talked me into it. We'll do 3S. Not sure if I should, but we're gonna. And we're gonna jump it over that tree. Notice I didn't say try. Well, that's gonna take a while to charge. Oh, that's dangerous? Okay. All right, well, a couple more points while we wait for that to charge up. Those shocks are really the only weak point I'd say this car has so far. You can't call 35 miles an hour a weak point. They're never correct on their listed speeds. No budget RC car ever has been, I don't think. But because of that awesome speed, it jumps really good. It has air controls for backflips and front flips. You saw 6-year-old Max just kill both of those. A couple hits into the curb for the people who don't like that, and for all the people who do. Trudges through the grass pretty easily, goes through the dirt real nicely. It was awesome in the dirt, but I think this thing had the best performance on concrete. Pretty good at sliding around turns, fun to play with the brakes on it. It's not a wheelie factory, but it does do wheelies. So here's the battery that it comes with. If you want to just stick with 2S, which I do recommend, putting a 25 to 35C LiPo battery, it'll probably wake it up even more. Oh, wow. We have a little bit of a bent chassis brace right here. Probably from a nosedive. Did its job and kept the chassis from breaking. So remove 5 screws, straighten it out, put it back on. Or don't. The chassis itself is still perfectly straight. You got a nice set of headlights. It's got really, really flexible plastic to help keep plastic parts from breaking. 2847 4000 kV motor. The controller has 3 different speed settings, so you can make it slower. We do have a split in the body right here. That happens almost any time that we use our ramps. Okay, it's all charged up. Try to keep it as safe as we can. Like a glove. $49.4. If I were to guess, it's probably actually doing a little better than that. Oh! Oh, right on the sewer. Little more speed. the tree. And it landed on the wheels. My word! And not only was it able to handle that, it was pretty easy to control at those high speeds, and nothing broke. The battery started falling out a little bit. We'll get that out of the way. Obviously, we lost our front body clips, but not because the body broke or anything. I did kind of expect a little more bending on that chassis brace, but the actual chassis itself is perfectly fine. No bend in the drive shaft, no wheels blowing apart, not even a bent axle. Even landed it on the wheels, it was in the grass and it bounced. Obviously, these shocks aren't really able to handle stuff from that high. I don't even know what that height would be, but it's up there. Even with good shocks, it probably wouldn't have been able to do that. But it was fun. The camera lady didn't get the best shot of that good landing. So I think, needless to say, this is an awesome car.
Let me go. Please.
Don't forget to check my link down in the description. Like and subscribe. We'll see you soon.